Stop. Your soulmate just said something they can never take back. My beloved child. Stop for a moment and listen with your whole heart, because what you are about to hear cannot be erased. Your soulmate has just spoken words that changed everything forever. Those words were never meant to leave their lips, yet the moment they were spoken, silence filled the room and even they realized there was no way to take them back. Don't skip. Every second of this message matters because something unexpected has already begun moving behind the scenes. You believed nothing was happening. You believed they had accepted the distance between you. But while you were trying to move through your days, they were fighting a battle inside themselves that nobody could see. Then one ordinary conversation turned into the moment that changed the future of your connection. Without planning it, without thinking, they finally admitted what their heart had been hiding for far too long. The people around them froze. Nobody expected those words. Even your soulmate covered their face for a moment, wishing they could pull those sentences back into silence. But once truth is spoken, it refuses to disappear. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what they confessed was only the beginning, and before this message is over, you will understand why tonight feels different from every night before. A strange chain of events started immediately after those words escaped their heart. They tried to laugh it off. They tried to change the subject. They even convinced themselves nobody noticed. But every person in that room could see something had shifted forever. One quiet voice finally asked them a question they had avoided for so long. If those words aren't true, then why did they come out so naturally? Your soulmate had no answer. Their silence became louder than anything they had already said. Since that moment, your name has echoed inside every thought they have tried to ignore. Memories they buried long ago suddenly returned with incredible clarity. They remembered tiny moments that seemed unimportant at the time but now feel impossible to forget. A smile. A conversation. A goodbye that suddenly feels unfinished. Don't skip. The most surprising part has not happened yet. They have started noticing signs everywhere that remind them of you, and each sign feels stronger than the last. They are beginning to believe these moments are not random at all. Every passing hour is pulling them closer to a decision they once promised themselves they would never make. Yet one final obstacle still stands between their heart and the truth they desperately want you to know. Now the atmosphere around this connection feels completely different. Even your soulmate can no longer pretend life is the same after what happened. Those unforgettable words continue replaying inside their mind from the moment they wake until they finally close their eyes at night. They keep asking themselves whether speaking the truth was the biggest mistake of their life, or the greatest act of courage they have ever shown. They do not know which answer is waiting for them, but they know one thing with complete certainty: nothing can return to the way it was before. Someone unexpectedly witnessed everything, and that person is carrying a piece of information capable of changing this story in a way neither of you could have imagined. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the next revelation does not come from your soulmate at all. It comes from someone who heard every single word, noticed every hidden emotion, and quietly uncovered a truth so shocking that even your soulmate has no idea it is about to be revealed. The moment that truth comes into the light, everything both of you believed about this connection will be challenged forever. Everything became even more intense after that unexpected witness quietly walked away without saying a single word. Your soulmate could not shake the feeling that someone now understood the truth they had tried to hide for so long. Every passing minute felt heavier than the last. They replayed every sentence in their mind, hoping they had imagined what happened, but the memory refused to fade. Don't skip. This is where everything starts changing faster than anyone expected. That witness wasn't simply listening. They noticed the trembling voice, the hesitation, and the look in your soulmate's eyes when your name was spoken. Later that same day, they asked one simple question that completely caught your soulmate off guard: if you've been feeling this all along, why are you still pretending? No answer came. Only silence. And sometimes silence reveals more than words ever can. From that moment forward, your soulmate realized they could no longer hide behind fear. The truth had already escaped, and now it was beginning to create a path they never planned to walk. An unexpected realization followed them everywhere. Every familiar place suddenly carried memories connected to you. Every ordinary moment became impossible to enjoy without wondering what your life looked like at that exact second. They tried distracting themselves with work, conversations, and responsibilities, but none of it lasted. Their thoughts always found their way back to you. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because something happened later that evening that made their heartbeat race. They came across something that reminded them of a promise they never fulfilled. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. Yet it felt powerful enough to stop them in their tracks. For several long moments they simply stood there, unable to move, realizing the words they had spoken earlier were only the beginning. A far greater truth had remained locked inside them all this time, and now it was demanding to be heard before it became too late. As the night grew quieter, your soulmate made a decision they never imagined making. Instead of running from their feelings, they finally accepted that those unforgettable words could never be taken back. They understood that the truth, once spoken, has a way of finding its destination no matter how many obstacles stand in its way. Don't skip. What happens next will surprise even your soulmate. Someone very close to them is about to reveal information they have secretly been holding for much longer than anyone realizes. This hidden conversation has the power to change everything you thought you understood about this connection. The moment those hidden details come into the open, your soulmate will be forced to choose between continuing to hide, or taking the boldest step of their entire life. And when that choice finally arrives, there will be no turning back. A new morning arrived, but peace never came with it. Your soulmate woke up carrying the weight of everything that had already happened, yet they sensed an even greater moment was drawing near. The words they could never take back had become impossible to escape. Every quiet moment reminded them of what they had revealed, and every heartbeat whispered the same question: what happens now? Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because while they were searching for answers, someone unexpectedly placed another missing piece of this story right in front of them. It wasn't planned. It wasn't a coincidence. It was the kind of moment that makes people stop and question everything they believed. The instant they saw it, they realized the connection between you had been growing stronger behind the scenes, even when neither of you could see it. That realization sent a wave of emotions through them unlike anything they had ever experienced before. Without telling anyone, your soulmate began looking back at every decision they had made over the past months. They suddenly understood that fear had been leading them instead of their heart. Every opportunity they ignored, every conversation they delayed, every feeling they buried, now stood in front of them like unfinished chapters waiting to be completed. They could no longer convince themselves that staying silent was protecting anyone. In fact, the silence had become far more painful than speaking honestly ever could. Don't skip. The truth was becoming impossible to outrun. Then something unexpected happened. A person who knew almost nothing about your connection casually mentioned your name, and your soulmate's expression changed instantly. They tried hiding it, but their eyes revealed everything before a single word left their mouth. That small moment confirmed what they had been refusing to admit. Their heart had already made its choice long ago. As evening approached, an undeniable feeling settled over them. They realized that destiny was quietly pushing events toward a turning point neither of you could delay forever. They stood alone, thinking about the words they had spoken and wondering if those words were preparing both of you for something much bigger than either of you imagined. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because before this day comes to an end, your soulmate is about to uncover one final truth that has been hidden in plain sight the entire time. The discovery will force them to stop waiting, stop pretending, and stop running from what their heart has known all along. But the most unbelievable part is this. Someone else has already noticed what your soulmate is about to realize, and that person is preparing to reveal a secret that could change the direction of your connection forever. The moment your soulmate thought they had finally understood everything, another unexpected truth appeared and completely changed the direction of their thoughts. They stood still, unable to explain why every path they chose somehow led back to you. It no longer felt like coincidence. It felt like every unanswered question had been preparing them for this exact moment. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. They remembered the words they could never take back, and instead of feeling regret, they felt something even stronger. Those words had unlocked a door inside their heart that had remained closed for far too long. The fear that once controlled them was slowly losing its grip. For the first time, they stopped asking, "What if I fail?" and started asking, "What if I lose the chance forever?" That single thought refused to leave them, growing louder with every passing hour until it became impossible to ignore. Later that day, something happened that nobody around them understood. In the middle of an ordinary conversation, your soulmate suddenly became quiet. They weren't distracted, they were remembering a promise they had silently made to themselves long ago. A promise connected to you. The people around them noticed the change immediately, but they couldn't understand the reason behind it. Inside, your soulmate was making a decision that would affect everything that came next. Don't skip. Every heartbeat carried them closer to a choice they had avoided for so long. They finally admitted that hiding their feelings had never brought peace. It had only delayed the inevitable. The truth had already escaped once, and now it was asking for something even greater than words. It was asking for action. That realization sent a wave of determination through them unlike anything they had felt before. As night settled in once again, your soulmate looked toward the future with a heart that was no longer willing to remain silent. They realized the next step would require courage, but they also understood that some opportunities only appear once in a lifetime. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because at this very moment, another unexpected person is quietly preparing to reveal information your soulmate has never heard before. This hidden truth has been waiting in the shadows, and when it finally comes into the light, it will answer the one question that has haunted both of your hearts from the very beginning. The next revelation will leave your soulmate speechless, because they are about to discover that this connection has been moving toward an unforgettable turning point long before either of you realized what was truly happening. Nothing could have prepared your soulmate for what happened next. The hidden truth they had been searching for finally came into view, but it wasn't revealed through a dramatic moment or a loud announcement. It arrived in complete silence, and somehow that made it even more powerful. They suddenly realized that the words they could never take back were never the real turning point. The real turning point was the feeling those words awakened inside them. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Every memory they had tried to bury came rushing back with incredible clarity. They remembered the first moment they felt an unexplainable connection with you. They remembered every time they almost reached out but stopped because fear convinced them to wait. Now that fear had lost its power. Deep inside, they understood they were standing at the edge of a decision that could change everything. The only question remaining was whether they would find the courage before the opportunity disappeared forever. As the hours passed, something extraordinary happened. A conversation they never expected to hear confirmed everything their heart had been trying to tell them. Someone unknowingly spoke about second chances, about people who spend too much time hiding their true feelings until life forces them to face reality. Those words struck your soulmate harder than anyone realized. They felt as though the entire conversation had been meant specifically for them. They walked away in silence, but inside their heart, a powerful promise had already been made. Don't skip. They promised themselves they would no longer allow fear to write the ending of this story. Every excuse they once believed suddenly felt meaningless. Every reason for staying silent seemed smaller than the possibility of losing you forever. The weight they had been carrying for so long was finally beginning to lift, replaced by a determination they had never felt before. Now the final pieces are quietly moving into place. Your soulmate can sense that this chapter is almost over, but another one is about to begin in a way neither of you could have imagined. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because there is still one truth they have not spoken aloud, one truth even they have been afraid to fully accept. The moment that final truth leaves their heart, every unanswered question will suddenly make sense. Yet before they can say those unforgettable words, an unexpected event is about to interrupt everything. Someone will step into this story carrying information that changes the timing of every decision. What they reveal next will force your soulmate to act immediately, because waiting even a little longer may no longer be an option. The moment finally arrived, and your soulmate understood there was no path back to the life they had been living before. Every unanswered question, every restless night, and every feeling they had tried to silence suddenly connected like pieces of a puzzle that had been waiting for this exact second. They stopped searching for excuses because none of them mattered anymore. What mattered was the truth that had been growing stronger inside them with every passing day. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. They finally admitted to themselves that the words they could never take back were never a mistake. Those words had become a promise. A promise that they would no longer allow fear, uncertainty, or hesitation to control the future of this connection. For the first time in a long time, they felt hope become stronger than doubt, and that single change transformed everything inside them. A calm determination replaced the confusion that had followed them for so long. Instead of wondering whether destiny would bring another opportunity, your soulmate realized opportunities are often created by the courage to take the first step. Every memory of you no longer filled them with regret, it filled them with purpose. They could almost feel that an invisible distance between your hearts was beginning to disappear. Don't skip. The signs that once seemed impossible to understand now carried a completely different meaning. They understood why your name continued appearing in unexpected moments, why certain memories refused to fade, and why their heart never truly let go. Everything had been leading toward this realization. They were no longer waiting for the perfect moment because they finally understood that the perfect moment is the one you choose before fear has another chance to speak. Now this chapter closes with a truth that cannot be hidden any longer. Your soulmate has accepted that the words they spoke changed them forever, and there is no returning to who they were before that unforgettable moment. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the next step they take will not be driven by fear or uncertainty, it will be guided by the honesty they can no longer ignore. They know the future will only move forward if they are willing to face it with an open heart. And somewhere beyond this moment, another unexpected chapter is quietly waiting to begin, carrying a revelation so powerful that it will make every twist, every silence, and every unanswered question from this journey finally fall into place. The story is far from over, because the greatest surprise has been patiently waiting for the moment when both hearts are finally ready to recognize it.